Namaste, angels. This is the daily reading for Thursday, December 13th. I literally, before doing this video, was just talking to somebody on my Facebook page about my ex Tommy. This is his birthday. It's so funny. I mean, I wasn't talking about him because it was his birthday. Actually, I had been watching The Housewives of Atlanta, and one of the women, it was her boyfriend's birthday, and he bought her a gift. He bought her this golden diamond necklace for his birthday. And I said, oh, you know, like, how sweet is that? I said, my ex Tommy was like that, because I try to take him out like for something to celebrate him, his birthday or whatever. And, you know, when the check came, he'd hand me his wallet for me to decide how much to pay and stuff, you know, like including the tip and everything. He always had cash, always had a lot of cash, like a wallet full of hundreds. Anyway, Thomas means twin, his first name. And my last name was Thomas also. I mean, that's my family name, is Thomas. So twin. Anywho, yeah, it's funny because we were exactly 6 years and 6 months apart. So twin, and then we had that going on too. Not that I ever thought he was anything more than just, well, that'd be lying. I did think he was something more, but not my so-called twin flame or divine partner. I felt that he had a connection to my grandfather, and I felt that that was why, despite the fact that we dated so long and we were inseparable, I never slept with him. And I just felt it was like he had an attachment to my grandfather. Both of them, like, my grandfather was one of the builders. There was only 3 black men that were part of the construction crew of the Twin Towers, World Trade Center. My grandfather was one of them. And Tommy was the foreman of the his union. He was a welder on the Freedom Tower. So once the Twin Towers got knocked down and they rebuilt it as the Freedom Tower, he worked on that. And they called my grandfather Tommy because that was his last name. People call my dad Tommy. So I always just felt like there was some sort of connection, and maybe, you know, the same soul. It's possible. Some sort of connection between him and my grandfather. Anyway, it's Tommy's birthday. Happy birthday, Tommy, if you're out there. If you're out there. Year 1577 is where we're going to start today, when Sir Francis Drake sets sail from England on a circumnavigation of the world. 1774, it's the first incident of American Revolution. 400 attack Fort William and Mary in New Hampshire. 1920, the League of Nations establishes International Court of Justice in The Hague. 2002, I see a lot of 4s today so far. 2002, enlargement of the European Union. The Union announces that Cyprus, the Czech Republic, Estonia, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Malta, Poland, Slovakia, and Slovenia will all become members from May 1st, 2004. 2003, former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein is captured near his hometown of Tikrit during Operation Red Dawn by U.S. forces. Did you know Francis G. Pease's interferometer at Mount Wilson Observatory is the first to measure the diameter of a star, the Betelgeuse, 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 Betelgeuse or Betelgeuse, I don't know. This happened on December 13th, rather, in the year 1920. All right, so who else his birthday is in besides Tommy? Henry IV of France, Werner von Siemens, Archie Moore, Christopher Plummer, Jamie Foxx, and Taylor Swift. Would you believe Saint Celestine V abdicates the papacy after only 5 months? So 2 5s already for him. Celestine hoped to return to his previous life as an ascetic hermit. This happened on December 13th in the year 1294. Very interesting. December 13 is 1213, and 1294, the year, is 1213 also. So that's interesting too. Famous weddings, 862. Bauduin, Iron Arm, and Count of Flanders elopes with Princess Judith, daughter of King Charles of West Francia. 1951. British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, 26, weds businessman Dennis Thatcher, who was 36, at Wesley's Chapel in City Road, London. Well, I skipped year 862, which is 88. Boudin Army. Oh, I read that one. Never mind. 2003, Italian operatic tenor Luciano Pavarotti, 68, weds Nicoletta Mantovani at Modena's Italy Teatro Comunale. Okay, some kind of theater, it sounds like, I would guess. 2001, Oscar-winning actress Kate Winslet, 26, divorces assistant film director Jim Threppleton, 28, due to unreasonable behavior after 3 years of marriage. And 2010, Dexter actress Jennifer Carpenter, 31, there's another one of those fours, divorces actor Michael C. Hall, 40, there's another one, due to irreconcilable differences after 2 years of marriage. There were others also, like, for example, the 13 is a 4. That guy that had the birthday of 1213, he had a bunch of 4s. Famous deaths, Donatello, Samuel Gompers, Grandma Moses, and Alice Marble. Alice Marble was American and a tennis champion, world #1 American tennis player who won 18 Grand Slam championships from 1936 to 1940, 5 in singles, 6 in women's doubles, and 7 in mixed doubles. She was born on September 28th in 1913 in Beckworth, California, USA, and was a Libra. She died on December 13th in 1990 at the age of 77. Grandma Moses. I don't know what just happened. All right, we're back. Grandma Moses was American and a primitive painter, American folk artist who didn't start painting until she was 76. That's another 13 or 4 or 11. Although interested in art as a child, farming and bringing up 10 children had taken up all of her time until then. She took to painting with gusto, producing nearly 1,800 works during her career. She was discovered in 1938 and had her first solo expedition in 1940. She became incredibly popular and appeared on both the covers of Time and Life magazine, and her paintings were frequently used on greeting cards. She published her autobiography, My Life's History, in 1952. She was born on September 7th in 1860 in Greenwich, New York, USA, and was a Virgo. She died on December 13th in 1961 at the age of 101 of arteriosclerosis. Samuel Gompers was American and the founder of the American Federation of Labor. A key figure in American labor history, he founded the American Federation of Labor, or the AFL, and served as the organization's president from 1886 until his death in 1924. I was just talking about unions too when I was telling you guys this story about Tommy. This is interesting. He was born on January 27th in 1850 in London, England, and was an Aquarius. He died on December 13th in 1924 at the age of 74. And Donatello was Italian and a sculptor. He's famous because he was an early and influential Renaissance sculptor from Florence. Known for his work in bas relief, a form of shallow relief sculpture that incorporated significant 15th century developments in perspectival illusionism. He was born on December 13th in 1466. I'm sorry, he died on December 13th in 1466. It does not list a birthday for him. Going up to the birthdays, Taylor Swift is 28 years old. She's American and a singer-songwriter, a leading contemporary artist in American popular culture. She's known for her worldwide hit singles like Love Story, You Belong With Me, Blank Space, and Shake It Off, among others. While she initially pursued a career in country music, her output transitioned to pop and made her, okay, yeah, it's a typo, I guess. It made her, it must be her output transitioned to pop and made her one of the most successful recording artists of the decade. Yes, that makes more sense. She has sold more than 40 million, there's another 4 albums, and has won 10 Grammys, among a host of other awards. Her concert tour from the album 1989 was the highest grossing of the decade. She was born on December 13th in 1989 and is 28 years old, from Reading, Pennsylvania, USA, a snake on the Chinese zodiac and a Sagittarius. Jamie Foxx is 50 years old. His real name is Eric Moreland Bishop. He's an actor and a singer-songwriter. He starred in films like Collateral, Ray, and Django Unchained. Fox is also a Grammy Award-winning musician who has produced 4 top 10 albums: Unpredictable in 2005, Intuition in 2008, Best Night of My Life in 2010, and Hollywood, A Story of a Dozen Roses in 2015. He was born on December 13th in 1967 and is 50, from Terrell, Texas, USA, a goat/sheep on the Chinese zodiac and a Sagittarius. Christopher Plummer is Canadian and an actor. He's famous for being in a career that spans 7 decades. He's probably best known for his role as the autocratic widower, Captain George Johannes von Trapp, in the 1965 musical film, The Sound of Music. He was, why would he be best known for that? He's best known as Magneto to me. He's Magneto, isn't he? Anyway, they don't even mention that. The only thing they mention about him is The Sound of Music. This is bizarre. Anyway, he was born on December 13th in 1929 and is 88 years old, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, a snake on the Chinese zodiac and a Sagittarius. Archie Moore, whose full name was Archibald Lee Wright, was a boxing champion, a light heavyweight world champion from December 1952 until May 1962. I don't know where 2000 was coming from. He had one of the longest professional careers in the history of the sport. Yes, he did, but not as long as I was trying to make it. He holds the record for the most career knockouts with 131. Interesting numerology there. He was born on December 13th in 1913. So he likes 1s and 3s is what I was looking at. He was born in Benoit, Mississippi, USA, and was a Sagittarius. He died on December 9th in 1998, which is 999. So he died on 12/9/999, 4 9s, at the age of 84 of heart failure. Werner von Siemens, whose real name was Ernest Werner Siemens, was an industrialist and an inventor from Germany. He's super dark, so I'm not sure what's going on here. But so he's from Germany. He is the namesake of the Siemens unit of electrical conductors, and Siemens played an integral role in the development of the telegraph industry through his various improvements to the invention. He founded Siemens AG, which is today a successful industrial manufacturing company. He was born on December 13th in 1816 in Linth, Hanover, German Confederation, and was a Sagittarius. He died on December 6th in 1892, which is 9/11 or 11, at the age of 75. And December 6th is also 9. So like 9911 is when he died. And lastly, Henry IV of France was the king. He was the first of the French Bourbon kings, succeeding his cousin Henry III, the last of the Valois line, in 1589. Before this, he was King of Navarre in southwest France. In 1572, Protestant Henry married his Catholic cousin, Margaret of Valois, to help to solidify a peace between Catholic and Protestants during the French Wars of Religion. Instead, it prompted the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre. Instigated by Catholic leaders, it is likely that more than 5,000 Huguenots were murdered, and Henry himself only just escaped with his life. Henry's succession to the throne of France continued to be contested by the Holy League before his succession and after. Henry only restored peace through various battles during which he showed strong leadership and courage, and through his conversion to Catholicism in 1593. The Edict of Nantes in 1598 finally established Catholicism as the official religion of France, but crucially granted Protestants rights and freedoms. To ensure an heir, Henry IV had his marriage to Margaret of Valois annulled and married instead Marie de Medicis, all the while maintaining an impressive list of mistresses. Henry IV's reign was cut short by his assassination by a fanatical Roman Catholic in the year 1610. He was born on December 13th in 1553 in Pau, Kingdom of Navarre, and was a Sagittarius. He died on May 14th in 1610, 5-5. And he was 56 at the time. The cause, again, was assassination. I think he was the last one. Yes, he was. So, today we begin with Forget It. Spend money. The universe encouraging maybe us to not only go away, we can away again, but maybe to buy Christmas gifts or something. And not to like worry about it. Also eat cake. So somebody's celebrating a birthday. Maybe Tommy is listening. Happy birthday to whoever's celebrating, or whatever you're celebrating. Congratulations. Or oh yeah, some of my I had clients to get engaged, just like the reading said. I said somebody wants to get engaged. A lesbian couple announced their engagement, so maybe that's why I saw it on the masculine side. Anywho, email, and still weekend away. Going to the cards, beginning with the Eight of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic and going back to school. And opening to the Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspiration. Seeing the truth of a situation and a challenging beginning. Ace of Air. And the Two of Water. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. Ace of Air. The Sun, which represents the sign of Sagittarius. Happy outcome. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success. If you have confidence in yourself. I'll do one more. Wow. It's the Four of Fire. Contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life and the successful completion of a project. Ace of Air. So the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Ace of Air. Interesting. Oh, and the Sun. The Sun. Wow. Okay. We've been brought to the Page of Air. It was logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. Challenging information. Delays or changes to plans. And truth delivered without tact. The Page of Air is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Maybe on the younger side. Or, you know, like youthful behaving and acting. Personality. And it's the Four of Air. Time to rest or take a vacation. We did just see weekend away twice. Allow more time before making a decision. So if maybe if you're tossing it back and forth, you're not sure, then you should think about it. Or whatever you're tossing back and forth, you should think about. Meditation may help to provide answers. Four of Air can also be about just like rest and recovery in general, especially if you've been through something recently. You know, you could just be tired. Your body could be tired. And it's like a reminder to sit down, you know, have a seat. Because some of us, if we don't get the reminder, we won't. Like sometimes my body has to literally make me go to sleep. It does it once a month. Like if it doesn't do it any other time, like most people, on the rare occasion that I don't feel, you know, that I'm sick or whatever, I'm in the bed like everybody else. And aside from that, I'm only really definitely going to get in bed at some point if I have my period or my period's coming. Like I'm exhausted when my period is coming or when I have it, whatever that is. So it's like the universe it takes one time per month to force me into the bed. So it's that sort of thing. Like you've got to sit down every now and then. Crowning the masculine. The Three of Water, a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, and the need to have more fun. So I just told you I did have some masculine or a masculine on my side to propose to their woman. Also, we have eat cake, so somebody could be celebrating a birthday or Christmas parties, Hanukkah parties, just being social. It is that time of year. Oh, this could be reunions too. Maybe people are getting together. You're seeing old friends because of it's holiday time also. Three of Water can definitely be about reunions. Surrounded by the Eight of Earth, which is what we started with. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic and maybe even going back to school. And the masculine subconscious, the Nine of Fire, don't give up. Protect that which you've created, have courage, and believe in yourself. The feminine is crowned by the High Priestess. Listen to your intuition, have patience, and consider carefully what you want before acting. She definitely will. High Priestess is a Gemini or possibly a water sign. She is surrounded by the Knight of Fire I was talking about. Passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. Prince Charming. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Knight of Fire is Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And if you ask me, he is indeed Prince Charming. Oh, we got two here. This is the second time. All right. In the feminine subconscious, to go along with this Gemini here, we have the Queen of Air. Independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision making. Clearing away all that no longer serves you and seeing the humor in a situation. She's here paired with the Seven of Earth, which is interesting. Seeds well planted. A temporary pause in action and unnecessary worry. This could be, for example, if you try to make some sort of adjustments in your life and nothing has really come of it yet. You haven't reaped the benefits of that yet. Be patient. That's one thing that's coming through. Crowning. It is major. I just said if you make some adjustments. I was talking about, yeah, like letting things go, people go, make some changes in your life. And here we have now Major Arcana card number 13. For the 13th. It's crowning. Isn't that cute? Death. The end of a phase or situation. Spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. So something has to be let go. Death represents the sign of Scorpio. At the root. Ooh. The Three of Air. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. So this is like at the foundation. I don't think that this is hurt that is going to occur. I think this is hurt that already occurred. And yeah, in some cases, with this being our overall energy, we are like already making a comeback from this hurt. We're already in the process of recovering. So for some of us, while in the past, the hurt is, somewhat fresh, or maybe we've been reminded of it because of the holiday. Maybe it's an anniversary of something, of a breakup or someone's passing or, some sort of traumatic event or something. At the heart of the matter, the Knight of Earth, loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. You could be thinking about somebody that's not going to be around too for the holiday. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. The Knight of Earth is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. The Queen of Earth, air rather, might have something to do for or because of the Knight of Earth, and we have, or vice versa, we have it on the masculine side. Don't give up. Like, don't lose out on whatever. Like, this is, you're due this. It could be attached to, again, like somebody's passing or something and they left you something behind. I keep seeing stuff like that. And somebody may be trying to take your inheritance, or something from your job. Your skilled work is rewarded and this is yours, but somebody trying to take it or something. And maybe you have to go to, don't allow them to. The Nine of Fire says, like, keep fighting to recover it. I guess let's look at the Three of Air. I mean, in this position, I'm not really worried about it, especially since our overall energy was the Four of Air. I think this is, again, the foundation of the basis and the premise on which something, you know, other stuff is based. But still, let's take a look then. Five of Water is some kind of loss or, you know, feeling of pessimism, if not actual loss. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, and crying over spilled milk. Maybe something involving a water sign and an air sign, possibly, with this and this. The situation didn't turn out as lucrative as they had thought. Perhaps it's connected to the Two of Cups that we saw when I was shuffling. Some sort of venture or something. It just didn't work out the way they planned. But they need to not give up on it, though. Whether it's a relationship or a business or whatever it is, they need to not give up on it. In the masculine's case, keep fighting. In the feminine's case, be patient. Like you already did. You already initiated what you needed to get the ball rolling, as they say. Further advice to the masculine is the King of Air. Brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice and balance mental and emotional considerations. The King of Air, like the Queen here, is a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. He's often like a professional, a lawyer, a realtor, a doctor, a psychiatrist, a judge. And for the feminine, yeah, see, we're worried about something. I'll pull another one for this too. The Nine of Air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecy, sleepless nights. Maybe that's why we haven't made a move too, while we're still like just observing and we're afraid to make a move. Because this Knight of Fire is bringing us, like when the Page comes, there's news. And so when the Knight of Fire comes, it's like the next step. Like, okay, now the event is here. What are you going to do? And the High Priestess tends to not move like that. Like she has to like, well, wait, let me look around first. You know, let me observe first. She doesn't respond that quickly. Let's look at the Nine of Air a little closer. Some sort of heart versus head situation. You know, your emotions versus your logic. People that you care about, or they care about you, or that you would expect to, because it's like not turning out the way you'd hoped with this. Is like maybe, you know how sometimes we think, like say, this is just an example. Let's say you have a friend on Facebook or, you know, on social media you never met before, and you finally do. And it's just like we don't even like each other in person, you know, and so that hurts, but, you know, or that makes us sad. Wait. It's like that sort of thing. I don't know, like your heart is in it, but you're attached to these people or to a situation, and that's why it's hard maybe to be the Queen of Swords and to, you know, cut this thing or people or person like out, or to go up against them, challenge them in court or something. Like you got to sue your family members. or your boss who you work for a long time. You know, it's like that sort of thing. Heart versus head. I don't know if I'm being clear, if I'm making sense, but I hope so. And again, a Gemini may be involved. We got Gemini with the Lovers and intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. It could be, you know, for some more literal, like being worried about a relationship. Worried about a relationship. And again, we do have a couple here. We have the King and the Queen of Air here. But here's the King of Water. She might have two, feminine may have two men to choose to, or two mates, and that's not necessarily men. Two mates between which to choose, or two friends, or two family members. You know, one makes sense, one doesn't. Again, you know, and it's your heart versus your head, your emotions versus your logic. Trustworthy, compassionate, respected, cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work, which is love. The King of Water is a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Someone likened to those traits or attributes. And lastly, I was saying lastly, but maybe not. They're showing us one more. It's the same kind of energy. It's like, this is the joy-stealing one now. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye and poor timing. All right, one more. I think my TV coming on by itself is my cue. Strength. Major Arcana card 11. Strength. Greater than strength. Release harsh judgments. Instead, exercise some forgiveness and compassion. There's something that goes on between loved ones or close friends or some situation where your heart is involved. It can be your job or something too, but your heart is involved. Your emotions are in it. And feminine may end up in a place, at least on this day, where she's feeling like she's on her own and she just needs to be by herself, because it's just too much, the emotion versus the logic, and you know, the people with whom she's fighting or the situation that she's fighting over. It's just too much. It shouldn't be happening. Is the feeling I'm getting, and it's just overwhelming. So she might need to do some introspection, spend some time by herself, you know, going within, nurturing herself, and at least she has the means at this time to do it. The dice said spend money too. It's like spend money on you, taking care of yourself, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. I hope that you guys have found this reading helpful. I apologize for the noise, the sudden noise in the background. My TV literally turned on by itself, and I was going to try to figure out how to turn it off, but I couldn't find the remote. So I don't know what that was about or what that means for us with the reading, but there it is. I'll be back with Friday. Namaste.